What's good, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As today I will dive into one of my other free agent prospects that you guys know I am very heavy on, and it will be on the defensive side of the ball, since mostly I've been focusing on the offense because that's the fun side, that's basically the skill side, the explosive side, but everyone says we need defense, so let's focus on the defense. But without further ado, before I do dive into any of that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel because I will keep you up to date daily on anything Kansas City Chiefs related, even the rumors as well. But without further ado, let's dive right in. So if you caught my video on my NFL Dream Mock free agency for the Kansas City Chiefs, the guy I was most heavy on, if we're going to redo this defense, remold it, remodel it, whatever you want to call it, I say you throw heavy money, you be heavy spenders, you go after J.C. Jackson. And if you've been a follower with me from the beginning, you know I am high on J.C. Jackson. And it's because it'd be uncharacteristic for KC to make a move like this because, one, we're used to them not spending that type of money on the cornerback positions. They either find it with like low-end trades and bringing the best out of someone's potential, a la Charvarius Ward when they traded with Parker Ellinger from Cowboys trade, that worked out, or small other trades like for DeAndre Baker. You get a Snead in the later rounds. They've never invested highly. The last time they invested highly, which worked unless you asked certain people, but was Marcus Peters. He was an interception king. He still is throughout his career. Now, people will say, I don't know if that was worth it because they don't like his personalities. They don't like how he acted on the field. But, and also, too, he did get burned here and there. But also, you give and you take with Marcus Peters. It was pick six or it was he got burned, but he always made a play on the football. That's why I say that first round pick worked in my favor, even though his career didn't last as long as we wanted him to. And I mean, damn, did he even last all the way? I want to, what was it with KC, 3 or 4 years before they got rid of him? And people can say, well, that's because of personality-wise. But again, playmakers, ball hawk. That's the type of cornerback I like. That's why I want to go after J.C. Jackson, because the number one thing we know about him is he knows where the football is. He knows how to intercept. Back-to-back years where he had over 8 interceptions. The year before he had 9. This year he had 8. The thing that he was crazy with was his pass deflections. He had over 24. That means no matter where that ball is, he's making a play and the receiver isn't going to make a play on him. And that's something I just want to see in Kansas City is one side of the field locked down, because we don't know how this defense is going to look. We mentioned it many times. We're going to mention it a lot more until this free agency is underway fully, but it looks like a Honey Badger isn't coming back. It looks like a Frank Clark isn't coming back. It looks like a Charvarius Ward isn't coming back. That means your whole secondary is going to be brand new. Will Thornhill be the new starter? Will they invest heavy on the safety side of the ball to get a new quarterback? Will they invest heavy on the cornerback side of the ball and get that lockdown guy? It's going to be interesting. Definitely if you lose a guy like Charvarius Ward, because I think he's very underrated. I don't even think he's as appreciated what Chiefs Kingdom should be appreciating him for, because did he get a lot of interceptions? No. But he also didn't allow a lot on his side of the field. Let's disclude the Ja'Marr Chase, because Ja'Marr Chase is just a freak. He went off on him. It is what it is. He went off against anyone that game. I'm going to cancel that tape. But when you could tell there was improvement year in and year out. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be back with this team, just because I think he's going to command a higher dollar sign than, unfortunately, what I think he deserves, which, go get your bag, go get your bread, because you don't know how many more times you're going to get paid in this NFL, and it could be over as quick as an instant. But I think KC needs, that's another thing I'm going to dive into, where I think KC should spend like top dollar on J.C. Jackson. Now, there's no rumors, there's no reports of J.C. Jackson going to Kansas City whatsoever. And the rumors, too, it's different teams. It's like the Chargers, it's like the Cardinals, it's those type of teams, which I understand, because people think J.C. Jackson might have priced himself out of KC. And again, as we mentioned last year, where KC had no money too, they went and got a Joe Thuney. They went and they were playmakers for a Trent Williams. And as I mentioned in my dream mock draft, I would love a scenario where you can get a J.C. Jackson and then you could get a lower end, but I don't really consider it lower end, but you don't have to break the bank on like a Commandre Diggs, and then Of course, I'm going to focus on the offensive side of the ball, but I think this is where a lot of people are going to partake with me and understand where I'm coming from is people are tired of me saying, stop mentioning the Amari Cooper, stop mentioning the high-end receivers because we don't need to break the bank on trades and things like that. So go get a Juju to be your number 2 because that won't break the bank. That would be around $8 million, and that would be a solid number 2. And you still have a McCole Hardman, you still got a Tyreek Hill, you still got a Travis Kelce. Let's not discredit though. KC needs that number 2, and I will keep preaching it until they get it. And I think that would be a good match. And I think it will be a good competition for the other teams in this division, like the Chargers, like the Raiders, and now like the Broncos, because it's going to be a struggle to get out of this division like none other. Because forget about the whole AFC. This division is a conference in its own. Whoever wins this division, you might as well probably want to crown them a Super Bowl champion, because the fact we got to go against the likes of a Chargers twice a year, the Broncos now with Russell Wilson, and the Raiders. I'm not going to discredit the Raiders, even though the Raiders do hold, like, they don't. I shouldn't say that, but they don't play KC very well, but they always manage to put themselves in a position where they're going to be contenders in a playoff race, not in a Super Bowl race. So just because people look at it quarterback with Mahomes, Herbert, Wilson, and then you just want to throw Derek Carr all the way out down there, Derek Carr is a good starting quarterback. He knows how to win games, so let's not discredit him. Raiders are a good football team. This is a good conference, so that's also why I want to get J.C. Jackson, because he could be a big addition. You need someone to lock down a field against a Herbert and a Wilson, and especially a Carr, because Carr, once you fluster him, he gonna throw that interception. But that's where we might have to also be, because what happens with the Carr, once you pressure him, that's when he throws the pick. So yes, I know we need pass rushers. I got videos out there for pass rushers as well. I'll have more. So if we can invest in a pass rusher, draft a pass rusher, add J.C. Jackson, solidify that whole cornerback DB depth, they'll be straight. And I've seen a lot of things people said too is put L'Jarius Sneed, if Tyrann Mathieu was to leave, put L'Jarius Sneed in the Honey Badgers position. I don't know how I feel about that. I would want L'Jarius Sneed to keep playing the position he's playing, which is inside nickel cornerback, because that's where he excels at. That's where he's really good at. Because we did this last year too. We did it a lot, which was we were so thrilled. We were so excited to see Chris Jones be put on the defensive inside of the ball. We're like, oh, he breaking sack records. If he's doing that defensive tackle, getting the quarterback that offense, imagine what he does at D end. And it was pretty terrible to see. We were all shocked that he wasn't good at that position. And what if we put L'Jarius Sneed in a position he's not comfortable in? Not saying he won't be good at it, but I'm not saying he's going to be good at it. I'm just tired of seeing adjustments and people taken out of position when they're good in their spot. That's why I said we know Thornhill. We've seen him excel in the position. Let's give him a full season. Let's see how it happens. Or if you draft like a Daxton Hill, you bring in a Quandre Diggs. Let's see how things go. But we need to stop taking people out of their positions when we know they're good at it. If they're good at it, keep them there. We don't need to add another question when you got an answer right there. So that's where I stand on that. Now, J.C. Jackson, people are going to be like, do you really want to break the bank on $20 million a year? Here's the thing. I'm going to throw another question at you because you guys don't like seeing this a lot too. If you don't want to pay a receiver $20 million, where are you going to put it? Would you rather pay the receiver $20 million, or would you rather pay the cornerback $20 million? Yeah, that was a quick pause for y'all. I would, in that instance, I would lean for the $20 million on the cornerback. We already got a $20 million receiver coming up in Tyreek Hill. I know you don't want to pay two of them, so you might as well invest heavy on the defense side of the ball. The only one who's invested heavy is Chris Jones, which he's got to start living up to that as well. But if you want this defense to be good, you got to invest heavy in it. We can't just keep squeaking by hoping that maybe we'll flip a draft pick. Maybe we'll flip an unrestricted free agent. Maybe we'll make a former first-round pick who struggled with another team and make them good in our system. It happens, but it doesn't happen for the longevity of their career. They always end up stalling out. So I would invest heavy. Now, is he worth $20+ million? Probably not. But in a bidding war, and if you want him, he's going to give you the production. He's going to give you more production than anyone on the team did last year, and that's all that matters. Now, I'm hoping it's not like we have 6 turnovers, he goes 7, but maybe he could be a different type of player to boost everyone else on the team. That's what I just really like. One thing I really want in this free agency is just KC to surprise everyone and go after J.C. Jackson. I don't think it's on anyone's radar besides people in Chiefs Kingdom. But let's make it around the NFL Kingdom media as well and let them know that KC is here to compete. And I think that's what's going to be the difference. I think with the addition of a Russell Wilson in the division, I think that just sparked KC's mind, like, this isn't going to be as easy as what we thought it was or as it once was. And if we want to be the Kings, let's face it, KC's not feared like they once were. People always played KC like they were the Super Bowl champions, even when they weren't the Super Bowl champions. They always wanted to dethrone them. KC's got to find a way to get back to that. Do I believe this is still offensive first team? Yes, I do. But again, they can still address the defense side of the ball. As long as Andy Reid's here, this team is going to win games through the offense. But we need to make adjustments on the defense, and it definitely has to start with adding key high-skilled players, and J.C. Jackson would be a great start. But that's where I'm going to close this video off. Would you pay that high-end price on J.C. Jackson? Let me know in the comments down below. Yes or no, let me know your opinions, but I will be checking out. But before I do, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. As I did mention, I will be checking in with y'all daily, so you do not want to miss out on any of that. And please give me that big thumbs up and like this video, and y'all take care. Peace.